Hello and welcome back to this week's Water Report with me, Carel. Hello and welcome back to this week's Water Report, where we discuss anything and everything regarding Newcastle's water reticulation, water quality, also air quality, but I digress. Sorry for last week, we didn't get to the Water Report, it just didn't work out, but there's some fantastic news that had to be in that report from last week, so let me jump into that immediately, because it's great news, especially for Newcastle East. We're looking at the Newcastle municipality on the 20th of May releasing a statement that the work has now started for a multi-million rand plant being set up for Newcastle East with abstraction coming from the Buffalo River. They're setting up a weir there. They're going to be abstracting water from there, sending it through a 10 megaliter treatment plant. 10 megaliters per day is looking at about 500,000 liters of water being treated within only 1 hour. So that's going to have some significant help for the areas, Mansana, Mdozo, Dix. These people have been struggling with water. And Mr. Dube explained that they've had to introduce water shedding, and the community members have gone days without water due to the issues in that area, and they're not being enough water. So that is unfortunate that had to happen, but it's good news that something is happening. Although noting that the people had to go days without water, that's admitting to not giving people the access to the human right of the access to water. So that's a bit of a scary one, but also it's a 12-month project, multi-million rand setup, and 12 months is the least amount of time, I would say, before we see the fruits of this labor. So for at least 12 months, and we unfortunately in South Africa, big gears just tend to turn especially slowly in South Africa. So it's a minimum of 12 months, maybe even more, before we see the fruits, but at least there's light at the end of this tunnel, plus minus 12 months. 12 plus. But anyway, carrying on, also on Wednesday there was a notification of a burst pipe. They reported that at Boxer Shopping Centre, causing water outages in that area. So even the little water they have in Newcastle East is unfortunately here and there going to waste. We'll note that on a few other reports. But on Thursday, we're going back about 2 weeks, as I say, Sunny Ridge, that was on 21st of May, Sunny Ridge had water issues at Dolomite and Micah Street. Thank you for the councillor who reported on that, and also I recall that notice. They even added the hours that you might be without water for that area. Carrying on Friday the 22nd of May, the municipality notified of a burst pipe at Panorama Drive causing supply issues. There's a nice sentence, let me quote that. Upon detection of the incident, the municipality's technical services unit immediately closed the relevant isolation valves to contain the leak, minimize water loss and protect infrastructure damage. Now we know from previous reports that the Panorama Drive has been plagued with water problems and burst pipes, and community members even sharing photos of not actually burst pipes but just quick fixes that have been the result of repair work or problems that needed further repair work, of just spoeg and plak, making plans there to get things going. And we're also wondering if Panorama Drive is experiencing all these issues maybe because of a pressure control valve which is not working, which we know is the case in Pioneer Park. It's been reported. It's clear to see. You don't have to be an engineer to see that, but it has also been confirmed. And that's a bit sad that something as easy as a pressure control or pressure reducing valve can sort out so many issues, but still not replacing that valve, not keeping them up, and having teams run around just putting out fires, just fixing pipes, well, in the process not only wasting precious water but wasting time and money fixing this. We can't say for sure it's the same in Panorama Drive, but installing and maintaining your pressure control valves will most probably eliminate a lot of frustration and also save in the long run. Going on to Sunday the 24th of May, Newcastle East, the municipality notified of a burst pipe at K section, that's on the northern side or the top side of Madadeni, of emergency repairs that needed to take effect there. It's good to see that they are even on the ground on Sunday, as we've in the previous reports notified that the Newcastle Water Services technical team has the largest chunk of overtime spent. Monday the 25th of May, there was a municipality notified of water supply issues for Ingegaan, and that was due to a technical fault at the Ingegaan pump station of burnt motor connection cables. Thursday again, Newcastle, that was the 28th of May, municipality notified of a burst pipe yet again in Madadeni, but this time in section 5. So we're getting a lot of reports for Newcastle East. I want to, on this note, say thank you again to the community of Newcastle West, jumping on the socials and also informing us of burst pipes in our area. A month or 5 ago, the municipality was quite on the ball with sharing burst pipes and water-related issues for Newcastle West. That has watered down quite a lot. And a lot of the times when we do these reports, it's coming straight from community members informing us, complaining on the socials, mentioning it. So thank you to you. Keep on doing so. That way we can make these reports more effective and more complete. So Newcastle East, yet again, burst pipe and close to Johnston and Jaclas area, plaguing that. So a lot of Newcastle East problems. So the little water, as we say, they have getting lost there. So hopefully that can be resolved. If you watched our documentary on our interview with Mr. Neka, that's about 2 years ago, billions of rands being owed to the municipality by the residents and by all the Newcastleians, especially in Newcastle East. Now, he already mentioned that they are planning smart meters. That's the only way they can see this being resolved. On Sunday, the 31st of May, they sent out a report that's going to start rolling out smart meters. It seems like electricity and water is going to be rolled out in the hospital precinct area, Bird Street, Kemp Street, those areas. So smart meters going out there, so people, that will not only give them a clear picture of what's going on in the area, but also make sure they can see if there's theft or illegal connections that is adding to the non-revenue utilities in that area. The dam level in Tsinkwayo Dam is sitting at 74.7%. We have had no rain. The dew on the ground is not adding much water to that, so we'll see it go down probably for the next while at 74.7, so it's about 1% down. Still a lot of slip in the dam, so we hope that doesn't drop too far. And then the air quality in Newcastle, the PM 2.5 average was sitting at approximately 29.3 micrograms per cube, and it's much higher. I don't know if you're having respiratory issues in Newcastle here and there. I know there's a lot of flu going around. I'm wondering how much that has to do because we are not optimally getting good clean oxygen into our lungs, which is, well, your main source of energy. My air purifier here in the office is sitting at about 14, 15, so it's slightly below average, but it has been running for a while, so it is cleaning the air in our office at least, where we spend a lot of time. What INTEGRIPURE has been busy with, I would love to know. I'm back at the office now, so I'm going to be checking with the team what they've been busy with now that I am back. So hopefully next week I'll tell you what the INTEGRIPURE team has been busy with. It's nice to see. You see my background is slightly different. It's been a few moves, bigger office, a bit more space. So I know they've been busy with that at least. And then I want to implore you again here at the end of this video, if you share these videos on the socials, not only watch them, not only giving a like, we're happy for that. It gives generic growth, and it's not just about the growth of marketing for INTEGRIPURE. This is sending out the information to Newcastleians. Informed community is an empowered community, and the more we can get this out there, the more info also we can get back by the community, knowing that we share these details and try and compile it into about 10-minute time on video. So share this, and let's see how it goes. There's been a lot of things that, let's say, coincidentally, after we sent out the reports, coincidentally we see new reports coming for Newcastle East, new things happening at the municipality. Coincidentally, a week or two after our water report, things start happening. So I believe we are adding value, and it is nice to be part of a empowered, informed community. And but until next week, let me stop there. Stay safe, Newcastle. That's Carel from INTEGRIPURE at 38 Victoria Road, Newcastle. See you next week.